and welcome to News Across Nigeria. I'm Joke Rogers. Coming up on the program, the Kaduna State Governor releases some results of the teachers' competency tests after criticisms trailed his plans to sack 21,000 people. It's a week to the Anambra State governorship elections, and traders rally support for Governor Willie Obiano's re-election. And Liberian President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is the latest African leader to be honored by the Rochas Okorocha Foundation. Welcome to the program. Following heavy criticism of his sack of 21,000 teachers, the Kaduna State government has made public some of the scripts of those who failed the competency test conducted for all public school teachers in the state. Some 33,000 public school teachers took the exam in October and 21,700 failed. Some of the results were released on social media, where the governor asked the court of public opinion to determine whether the teachers who failed the primary 4 competency test are truly fit to continue teaching. There had been public outcry before the tests were released, with labor unions condemning the governor's action. More on the education sector. Academic activities have been paralyzed at the Ogun State government-owned Moshood Abiola Polytechnic in Abeokuta, the state capital. The stoppage of lectures is a result of an indefinite strike action by members of the Academic Staff Union of Polytechnic's Mapoli chapter. Lecture rooms and departmental offices remain shut as students hang around the school premises hoping for good news from the administration. It's a slow day at the Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. Academic staff of the institution, under the aegis of ASUP, are on strike, paralyzing activities and leaving the students to their fate. The industrial action began after a disagreement with the Ogun State government over modalities for the relocation of the institution to the Ipokia area of the state. The students are not happy about this situation.
They've been dealing this exam. They've been postponing this exam. Because we should have done this exam 6 exams. We should have been at home by now.
It's very bad for us. We have been at home doing nothing. Even since all this while, we have been having sleepless nights because of this exam.
Union members gather in front of the institution to vent their frustrations against the system.
The recent appointment of the acting rector of Moshood Abiola Polytechnic Abeokuta by the state government underscores the rot in the system, despite the fact that this institution can boast of about 30 chief lecturers with 57 PhD holders. Intelligence report alleged that a retired school principal with little or no experience in teaching at the tertiary level, research and community service was appointed as acting rector.
The acting rector, Mr. Ayotela, is unavailable to react to the workers' demands, and no one else would comment on his behalf. The battle between the Academic Staff Union of the Moshood Abiola Polytechnic and the Ogun State government has been ongoing for some months now, leaving the students to keep hoping that all issues will soon be resolved. More protest nurses and midwives at the Jos University Teaching Hospital in Plateau State have been protesting against the non-payment of their call and shift duty allowances for the past 3 months. The bone of contention is what they describe as the hospital management's wrongful implementation of the no work, no pay policy of the federal government. The National Association of Nurses and Midwives had earlier pressed home their demand for improved welfare by working on a single shift as against the conventional duty of 24 hours.
The gates leading into the University of Jos Teaching Hospital gives no indication of the simmering tensions within. But once inside, it becomes apparent that members of the National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives are upset at the decision of the hospital's management to implement the federal government's no work, no pay policy. They expressed their displeasure in a protest march to press home their demands for the payment of duty allowances, having participated in the nationwide strike by the joint health sector unions. The nurses have been running a single shift, also in a protest.
The next step by nurses is we have said, until our shift duty is stopped and restored. If not, we will continue the single shift. If he removes the whole salary, it will paint a scenario we are not working. But for now, we are working. It is a shift duty he has chosen to keep for himself, and so we are not doing the shift.
But the hospital's management insists that the federal government's directives are being adhered to without any prejudice to the rights of the workers.
The period they did not do shift, don't pay them the shift. They are protesting that even though they didn't do the shift, they must be paid the shift. It's a variance. The gazetted allowance did not say that even whether I'm sleeping in my house, not doing the work, I should be paid. I don't know whether the gazette says so.
The battle line has been drawn between the nurses and the JUTH University Teaching Hospital management. Sadly, the victims are the patients.
The Lagos State High Court in Igboshere has dismissed 2 applications seeking to quash charges of murder and illegal sales of firearms preferred against alleged kidnapper Chukwudumeme Onwumadike, popularly called Evans. At the last sit-in, counsel to the accused, Mr. Olukoya Ogungbeje, filed the petitions claiming the duplicity of the charges as well as challenging the court's jurisdiction. The Lagos State Director of Public Prosecution, Titilayo Shitabe, in a counter-argument, pointed out that the argument of the defense counsel was a misinterpretation and misunderstanding of the context of the word to duplicate. Justice Oluwatoyin Taiwo described the applications as misconceived and lacking in merit. The judge also held that the proof of evidence filed by the state in support of the charges disclosed sufficient material worth pursuing by the prosecuting counsel. The dismissal of the applications paved the way for Evans' arraignment on 2 fresh charges. Evans is also facing a 2-count charge of kidnapping and conspiracy preferred against them by the Lagos State government at the Ikeja High Court. Liberia's President, Mrs. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, has commended the Rochers Foundation's initiative of bringing together young Africans from different nationalities. President Johnson Sirleaf, who is in Owerri, the Imo State capital, visited the Rochers Foundation African College, where she met with Liberian students. She was accompanied by the state governor, Rochers Okorocha, and signed a memorandum of understanding between the Liberian government and the foundation. The Liberian leader is the 3rd African president to visit Imo State in the last 2 months.
75% of them are orphans, and that's the qualification with which you can come to this school. In other words, you don't have anybody who could help you. Or a more impactful meaning, that you wouldn't have gone to school if this Rochers Foundation does not come to your help. And that is the first qualification and criteria to be so admitted into the school. We have decided to take 5 children every year from each of the African countries. So Liberia has 5 today, presented by your good self. Next year, we'll spend another 5 from Liberia and many African countries.
The opportunity to be what they want to be and what they can be and what they strive to be. It is an opportunity that not so many children all over Africa and all over the world have, to come together as children of the global family, to share language, to share experiences, to share tradition and culture, diverse but unified. There's nothing more than that.